Löwenbräu Oktoberfestbier.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. This is one of them revisiting videos. Now, I've reviewed the Oktoberfest beer from Löwenbräu before, and to be honest, I didn't think much of it. I thought it was too sweet, and it just didn't, I don't know, the mouthfeel was off, and it just, you know, for their high standards, it just wasn't that great. And a subscriber said to me, because I did say on the video that I put it in the freezer, you know, for about 10 minutes because it was quite warm and I wanted to review it, so I whacked it in the freezer for a bit. He said, you fucked it up. You basically shouldn't have done that. Don't put beer in the freezer if you want it to go cold quick. He said that it messes with the thermo... some scientific name that fucking escapes me at the moment, but it fucks about with the dynamics of it, thermodynamics, if that's even a thing, I don't know. But it was basically not the done thing, and apparently it ruined the taste of it. But it is a good beer, apparently. That's what I've been told. So I'm going to reinvestigate it and see if it is as good as they say. Now, as I said, the fact that I put that in the freezer and I left it there for a while, then took it out. It warmed up for a while, and you know, as I'm guessing, it's just, you know, sitting there warming up, and it was really warm when I reviewed it as well. So I am going to give it a fair crack at a whip. I hate reviewing a beer if I've done something wrong. You know, I've not served it at the right temperature, if I've served it too cold, you know, etc., etc. So this is going to be a revisit. It's a second crack of the whip, basically. Now, just before I do this, I just quickly want to say I've reviewed all the top 6 Munich beers apart from the Augustiner. I've got some of that stuff on order. That should be with me. It's Sunday now. It should be either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll review it then and I'll put them all up. Just reviewed the Hacker. That was outstanding. That was an amazing bit, Marzen. It wasn't as good as the Hofbrau. So as it stands now, it's the top of the, you know, my top 6 in this order. Number 1 out of all of them is the Hofbrau. Number 2, real close run thing it was, but number 2 is the Hacker. But it is fucking outstanding, believe me. 10 out of 10 all day long. Number 3 was the Paulaner. Slightly disappointed with that. I thought it was going to be better. It's still good. It's still a 10 out of 10 beer, but you know, I'm talking the top 6 brewers in Germany, in my opinion. You know, there are other good ones about Germany, but these are the real elite of the German brewing sort of breweries. The German brewing breweries. What the fuck is a German brewing brewery? It's the top 6 out of the German brewers. All right. What I was saying, number 3 is Paulaner here. Number 4, Spartan, in my opinion. I thought they were good, but they just didn't match up to the top 3. And then you've got the Löwenbräu, which I'm just about to try now. I'm going to revisit that. And then you've got the Augustiner. So there you go. So let's stop guessing and let's get this beer investigated. Right, now if you look at the other video, there's going to be a lot more about the history of the Löwenbräu brewery, etc., etc. So I'm not going to go into that there. This is just a pure revisitation. Just for your own reference, this is 6.1%. It's 500 ml. Nice label on there, very topical. And there's the back. Of course, it conforms to the Reinheitsgebot. This fucking autofocus. Stop fucking about. or you're going into a landfill. There you go, there's the back of it, and the cap, of course, Löwenbräu cap. If you can get it around the right way. If I can blame on the autofocus, you can't even get the cap around the right way. There you go. There you go. Right, let's get it open. Let's get it into the glass. Another one for the collection. Right. Now this is fridge temperature. It's coming out of the fridge, obviously, just now, so it's reasonably cold. There it is in the glass. Now compare that to the Hacker-Pschorr. This is very light golden colour. The Hacker-Pschorr was a darker amber, which sort of what I would expect from a Marzen, but of course Marzen ranges in colour. It goes from this colour, possibly even lighter, down to quite a dark amber. So there is no real set colour for the Marzens, but when I think of a Marzen, I think of a slightly darker beer, but that's just me. Anyway, what are we getting on the nose? Oh, that does smell a lot different. Wow. I'm getting a lot of sweet malt on that. Some nice hay and earth, and a hefty dose of lemon citrus, but it's also a very, very slightly sour ester that's coming off what I think is the yeast, which, I love my sour beers, so that can only be a good thing. It smells different, put it that way. So maybe there was something into me, putting it in the freezer. It doesn't sound like a good thing. And believe me, if you're going out on the piss and you've just bought a load of warm beer and you want cold beer, and it's lager, just normal lager, you're not interested in the flavour, you just want cold beer, throw it in the freezer. In fact, wrap it in a kitchen roll, run it under the tap, and it'll cool down a lot quicker. Yeah, you're probably not going to get the original flavours, but you're not tasting beer at a party or a barbecue. You want to get mashed, and if you want a nice cold refreshing beer, just do that. As I say, wrap it in a paper towel, or just even wet the bottle, throw it in the freezer, and it will cool down a hell of a lot quicker. Right, that's everything in the glass. It certainly looks the part. The carbonation is looking good, it's quite lively. Again, the carbonation was a lot heftier on the other one that I tried, but this is fair going for it. There's a steady stream of bubbles at the bottom, and a 1.5 finger, possibly 1 finger white head. Let's get it down the hatch. Zum Wohl, as they say in Germany. Wow, yeah, that is a lot different, and it is a lot better. The malts really are coming out on this now. Now, when I put this in the freezer before, it was very sweet, and it almost tasted artificial. Now that it's just been in the fridge and it hasn't gone above a certain temperature, this has taken on a completely different character. Let me just dive in again. I want to get all this. That's really nice. That is really nice. And it is so much different, as I said. If you try the Löwenbräu, the normal Löwenbräu original, this is similar to that. Now that was an outstanding beer. That Löwenbräu original, that is outstanding. That is a 10 out of 10 all day long with a superb mouthfeel. This is very similar, and I'll tell you something, it is not bad at all. It has got that superb mouthfeel from the original, But the flavours on it, let's go through the flavour. There was a lovely, sweet, doughy, biscuity type malt on that. Then you get lots of the hop character coming through on that. It's got like an earthy, slightly spicy type bitter back end on it. But then when that goes down, you're getting more of that sweet malt. Now when I tried it before, it tasted almost artificially sweetened. And to be honest, I didn't like it. It tasted like a macro brewed beer. This doesn't. This definitely tastes like a very clean German Helles, but with a touch more flavour, if you know what I mean. There is more of the malt character and more of the hop character on the finish as well. But what's really doing this for me is the mouthfeel. It is so drinkable. It's that same smooth mouthfeel that you get on the original, which blew me away. And I'm getting that here. Wow, what a turnaround. And I genuinely mean that. I'm not just saying this because somebody's pulled me up and told me I'm an arse for putting it in the freezer. This genuinely is different. Before, it was like a sugary, artificially sweetened type flavour, which put me off. It put me in mind of a macro brewed beer, sort of shit you'd get brewed up in Northampton. But this, it really has taken me aback how different the flavour is on this. In fact, this really is a good beer. Everything about it. There is nothing bad about this at all. Fuck me, I've got to put this down. And you know what? At 6.1%, you would not know that this is a 6.1% beer. There's no trace of spirit alcohol at all. I'm just looking on the back, and it's got them. I don't know if you can see this or not. Come on, I focus. Do not fuck me about. Can you see AB InBev on there? I'll tell you what, I don't care, because I don't care if it's AB InBev, Heineken, whoever. This is a good beer. And they've got it down as a vol beer as well, which means the original gravity is under a certain amount. And yeah, I have to say, I'll take it all back what I said about you in the original video, because I mean, look at that. See that? Look at that carbonation. That translates into the mouthfeel. Absolutely super smooth. I can't emphasise how different the mixture of the malt and the yeast taste. Now that it's just been kept in the fridge, they just complement each other. That lovely honey type sweetness has replaced that horrible artificial sugary sweetness that I was getting on the other review. Honestly, this is a complete turnaround for me, and this is turning out to be an absolutely amazing fucking beer. So what's the verdict on Löwenbräu? Yeah, really, really good. Now, talk about a chalk and cheese tasting beer. That really has blown me away. And thank you very much to the subscriber. He knows who he is. He's from the People's Republic of Yorkshire. But yeah, that was a good shout, mate. Definitely. I will no longer be putting beer in the freezer when I'm doing reviews just because it's a little bit warm. I will wait. I was a bit impatient to get this one reviewed, and that was a big mistake. So if you as I said before, if you're trying to get beer cooled down rapidly and you're just going to a party or you're just having a barbecue or something like that, yeah, throw it in the freezer. But if you want to taste the actual flavour of the beer, Do not do that. And I've learnt that lesson now, and I will not do that again. But this is brilliant. And you know what? I think this is better than the Paulaner stuff. So this is going to go to number 3. So as it stands now, we have got the Hofbrau at number 1. We have got the Hacker-Pschorr very, very close at number 2. We have got Löwenbräu at number 3. We have Paulaner at number 4. We have Spaten at number 5. But that could all change when the Augustiner stuff turns up, and I'll review that. So watch this space. As for this, do I really have to say it's a 10 out of 10? This is amazing stuff. It really is superb. And I will eat my words. Everything I said on that other review, disregard, because I'll tell you something, that is a winner. It's an absolute winner. And again, you know, I should have known that, because the original that I tried was an absolutely amazing beer. It really did taste good. And it really surprised me that they produced something that tasted like that. I thought, you know, that was a bit odd. But yeah, that was my mistake. And I will not make that mistake again. 10 out of 10, recommended. And remember, beer is working class champagne.